What's up, guys? We're back with another episode of Will You Accept This Rosé? I'm Hannah.
I'm Erin.
And today we're going to be recapping everything that went down on Monday, episode 7 of The Bachelor. But before we get started, we just want to remind you guys to subscribe to our channel, ring the bell to get notified of our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you are on your phone, make sure to switch your settings to make sure you get the notifications. And Will You Accept This Rosé is sponsored by the annual Family Fest, Denver's largest family festival, taking place at the National Western Complex on Saturday, February 22nd at 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Take selfies with Clifford, the big red dog, I'm assuming. Free kids activities will be available and lots of vendors. There will be prizes and stage presentations. Kids are obviously free and adults are $10, but get tickets for $5 by purchasing them online. Use promo code OCN half at checkout. Go to eventbrite.com now and search Family Fest to get your tickets today. Act now. The day of the event, adult tickets go up to $15. So yeah, just a reminder, Family Fest, be there for fun for the entire family. And if you need any more information, that can be found at familyfest.com. All right. Well, here we are. I am a little bit under the weather because I'm
so sick of this
quite
season.
Frankly, really sick of a cold and germs and Victoria F's shit.
She's so stupid. I think though, like before it's like at least this week though, it's only one episode. Yeah. It's not 2 episodes of 3 hours long.
Thank God. Something more manageable. We don't quite have as much to cover, but we definitely have some important points that we need to make about these ladies.
Yeah. So they start off in Peru. Lima, Peru.
Yes. We're still in South America, which is awesome. That's actually a pretty cool location to be able to flounce around. A hell of a lot better than Cleveland, which, may I add, that Kelsey pronounced it Cleveland today.
Did she really?
Or on Monday, excuse me. Yes. She said,
gosh,
I haven't had my last
all that Adderall's going to her
head. Cleveland. And I'm just like, oh, sweet Lord. All right.
Oh, what are the drugs is she taking? Anyway.
This week has been, we're down to the last 6, as we mentioned. It's Natasha, Madison, Hannah Ann, Kelsey, Victoria F, and Kelly.
Yeah.
So a lot of them are getting one-on-ones this week. So the first one-on-one was with Madison, which she's been a crowd favorite and a Peter favorite since the very beginning. So
yeah, I think
no
she's one of
shocker
the few
there.
that I don't strongly dislike. I'm kind of indifferent towards all of them, but she doesn't create any drama. She seems pretty chill. I don't remember her sob story, but it's nothing that makes me dislike her. So.
She seems she kind of bothered me at first because she seems very pageant girl, and I just felt like she was only getting places because of her looks, which is very shallow of me to assume. But come on, she's gorgeous. She's obviously he's attracted to her, so that's all she needs. But I don't know. She started to show more of her genuine self and her. And the fact that she hasn't gotten into any of the really dumb drama this whole season is pretty impressive.
Very impressive.
So,
at how old is she? 20. She's 23 or 26.
She's pretty young. I don't think she's quite as young as Hannah Ann, who's 23,
so
I believe.
Mid-20s.
Maybe 25, something like that. But Peter's only 28, so I don't think age is really good.
God, that's interesting because he acts like a freaking child. I think he's 16.
Oh, my God. So, yeah,
with facial hair.
Him and Madison, they go out and they go on a boat ride in Peru, which is very romantic. But
I would have gotten seasick.
Yeah, I was kind of cracking up at the guy that was driving the boat for them, just probably having no idea.
I think I loved how they celebrate over catching a fish, which you caught one. I'm like, first of all, the man driving the boat caught the fish. Do not give
come on
undeserved credit to Peter.
Peruvian
he did nothing.
Man that didn't ask to be on this camera caught that fish.
Here's a fish.
But obviously they have their lovey-dovey chemistry, they're doing well. Really no shocker there. And then they end up at their date night dinner, and she's starting to open up to him more about her kind of family values and just general emphasis on her faith, and that she's very passionate about finding a man that has the same
spiritual leader.
Has the same I don't know, emphasis towards their faith and
like wants to raise kids kind of in that environment.
Yes.
Which, I mean, I'm glad that she said something, but I just think it's gonna be drama later because like
we'll get to that because clearly there's an aspect of her faith that affects something pretty big in their relationship that Peter doesn't exactly get on board with yet. But they seem to, I mean, he seems, this, maybe it was just me, but this whole episode, he just seemed very, like, he always looked like so like sad or concerned. So like
he's just a puppy dog of a face.
As she was like explaining this to him, I was like kind of
meow.
I wasn't sure what his response was gonna be.
Yeah,
he just like had this weird
dreary
look on his face. But anyway,
Eeyore.
Of course, like I think he's just head over heels for her. And
didn't he say that he was falling in love with her?
Yeah, and then like after kind of a weird, awkwardly long pause, he like says that he like respects all the things she was saying and like agrees, quote unquote. And he basically admits that he's falling in love with her and like says it to her face.
The first one, I think, right? That he says that to?
Yeah, out of them, yes. Because some people were making the comment that like other bachelors haven't done this, but I'm like, they have. They totally have. But anyway.
I think it was Ben Higgins. He was like, I'm going to say I love you to everybody.
Oh, yeah. There was like multiple ones. So it's like, that's not new. But yes, this is the first girl he said it to in his season. So obviously he gets a rose. Fly off into the Peruvian sunset. Great.
Bon voyage. So it's not the right language,
our
but whatever.
Next date, which has been highly anticipated and a little bit jarring, is the fact that Natasha is still there and has not gotten a one-on-one, even though some of these ladies have gotten two. Victoria F.
And Madison.
And Madison. And then Kelsey is about to get another one as well. But this was her first one, so she was really excited. And they basically have like a fun day just exploring.
Kind of going around, doing
Peru.
some cultural things. Him talking in Spanish. Okay, cool.
I can't remember exactly where.
Not Peru. Spanish. Yeah, Spanish.
Were they in like Lima or I don't.
Yeah, I think they're in Lima.
I don't know. One of the bigger cities because they're like strolling through like a fun city area and like, there's like dancers in the street that they join, of course.
Which I never understand. Like, don't disrupt their entertainment. That's so rude.
But at the same time, they're probably like, let's make sure to have this very perfectly planned out performance in the middle of the street when they walk by.
I love for like them like in the middle of like the street performers and like accidentally get whacked with a prop. I think that would be such great television.
Or just get yelled at. Like you do not need to be doing that kind of a thing with I don't know, the street performers.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. So next, so he's with Natasha. Really nothing special going on here.
Until they go to dinner.
Yeah.
And she like basically like says I think he was kind of pressing towards his point of letting her go, but he was like, do you see something with us? Like, do you feel like we have that chemistry? And she was like, yeah. And I also think she's kind of forcing it too. Like she just like she didn't seem that enthusiastic. Like, yeah, I see future with you.
Yeah.
Well, why? What do you guys share at this point?
She kind of knew like it was weird that he like wasn't giving her any sort of special attention like all the other women that are still there. So like I think she knows that so was obviously trying to force it pretty much, which it's like
yeah.
But
you're not missing out on anything, Natasha.
I was really not that surprised by this. I mean, I felt bad because it's like it's pretty common if you get the one-on-one then you're gonna get a rose, but this late through the show it's like he's gotta kind of make some decisions, and I think everyone was confused from the get-go
like,
why Natasha was still there. Because it's like, I don't know, I had no issue with her. I thought she was cool. She definitely like spoke her mind, but I just think like he was maybe attracted to that, and I think he said that he was like as like a friend, like she was.
I really enjoy emotionally intelligent women who have their careers together and don't like to participate in drama,
but not in a romantic way.
Yeah,
only
platonic
as
solely.
Only as friends.
Almost as a sister. What?
Oh, Peter. Yeah. So basically, that's all she wrote. He basically told her that they're just not there yet in their relationship, and he's got to focus on some relationships that are a little bit further along.
And send her home.
Kicks her to the curb. She's gone.
Bye. It's for the best, Natasha.
Yeah, she'll be fine. I have a prediction that she'll probably end up in paradise. Maybe. Yeah. We'll see. I don't know, but she is kind of old.
31. She basically
she's bachelor old, okay?
She's bachelor old. She definitely is.
People are rolling their eyes at me for saying that, but she's bachelor old. Considering we got some ripe little 22 and 23-year-olds
give her a cane already.
Yeah.
To help like young kids with. What are you
claiming that they're so ready for this marriage stage of their life. But All right, so Natasha's gone. We got to keep moving.
Move on to Kelsey.
Kelsey's getting a one-on-one again.
Which is so awesome. So they do ATVing throughout.
This was kind of fun.
Yeah, it'd be a fun date, like in actuality. Like, that'd be great. Hopefully, they'd know how to heavily operate heavy machinery.
Yeah.
Because she didn't know how to.
Well, it cracks me up when they have to do kind of like a more like intense, like down and dirty type activity. But they like did their hair.
Yeah.
And they did like their whole, and she looked so like,
I wanted her fake lashes to blow in the wind and like fall off. Like, that was my hope, but she just looked mangy afterwards.
Well, I think she was like trying to save like her hair as she was wearing that helmet, and I was like, I feel that, but also like, this man, if he's actually gonna be your husband, he's probably gonna see you in some pretty rough places.
She's one of the girls that like he won't recognize without makeup on. That's how much he does. That you're just like, huh.
She does a lot of eyeliner, which like, I'm not the eyeliner police, but like if you're like a super blonde, you probably don't need like eyeliner all over
dark
everything.
Stuff. Yeah,
it's just a little too dark for you. But
anyway, and then they like
unsolicited advice. There.
Yeah,
all right.
But then they like run up a mountain, which
they do.
Why?
And
why would you ever do that?
Very out of breath, which kind of made me laugh. I was like, okay, this is kind of proving how out of shape this bitch is.
Because he just flies everywhere.
Yeah, he doesn't ever touch his feet to the ground to work out apparently. But
yeah, and then they just made out in the grass. Which, all right.
Yeah. Ugh. Anyway, I mean, nothing special there. They kind of just, I think he thinks that she's very emotionally vulnerable, which he finds very attractive, and he loves that she's like always
crying,
doing a lot of crying. She's got that going for her, which usually it's been a turn of events this season that normally doesn't pay off, but this season tears are everything, ladies.
Yes.
Just keep them coming. Because
what do you want? More time?
It.
Cry about it. Want a rose? Cry about it. Oh,
my
goodness.
God. Want him to think that you're there for the right reasons? Cry. Just cry your little eyes out. So, anyway, Kelsey, I mean, she's showing some concern for her family dynamic and the fact that her mom and her dad are not on good terms whatsoever.
Yeah.
But she's been in communication with both of them, so I think she's just a little worried how this whole hometown is going to play out.
And her mom doesn't know that she's been talking to her dad for several years, actually.
Yeah.
So I don't know. She didn't really allude to the fact that he was going to meet both of them. Like it didn't make it very clear. So obviously he's going to meet the mom, but I would assume in a turn of family events that she'd probably introduce him to the dad too. But she didn't say that he lived where she's from. So I just don't know in regards to the dad and all that stuff.
Yeah. I mean,
put them in a room together, see what happens.
I guess, yeah, that's
Fight Club.
I'm sure the Bachelor producers are like, it's fine, just put him in there.
It's fine. Or they'll be at a nice dinner and the dad will knock on the door.
Yeah.
Prediction number 1.
Interesting. So, I mean, she gets a rose because he wants to meet her family, he wants to keep things moving, so Kelsey is safe for the hometowns.
So two girls so far, hometowns guaranteed.
So, yeah, we got Madison and Kelsey that are for sure going home to meet their families with Peter. And so the last thing to be settled is these 3 women, which I think they just figured we can't just keep having one-on-ones. Let's throw a 3-on-1 in there. So that was fun. I was like, good on you, Bachelor producers.
Yeah, and they like meet. So Kelly, Victoria, and then Hannah Ann all meet. Like I don't know. I think it's a vineyard.
So it's like some sort of like
alcohol.
Like, I mean, it's out in the country, and then there's this little Peruvian man who can like barely speak English, and like Peter's trying to speak his stupid broken Spanish to him, and he's like, I don't know what you're saying, but he basically, I think he had like a chapel on this property that he said like all of his family has like gotten married at, which is like such a sacred, amazing thing.
What is the background of this bachelor? How do they find these places?
I don't know, and I don't know how these like little Peruvian people like agree to it. Like, okay,
they probably don't know what they're saying. There's like, okay,
because the man clearly didn't really get the whole Bachelor show dynamic, because he's like, so you'll kiss her, and then you'll date her, and then you will make out with her, and Peter was like, yes. It's a little more complicated than that. Like, Peter isn't, though. Like, it's not.
He's just trying to get his own BlizzTex commercial.
Exactly what you're doing. Like,
yeah,
let's
absolutely.
get real. So.
Chapped lips, from all the making out.
Yeah. The ladies are they're all kind of waiting for their time to speak with Peter, like, separately. Which, like, at this point, because there's 3 of them, it's really awkward when, like, one gets left, like, sitting, and then
Which
the rest,
happens.
like...
He takes Hannah Ann first.
So, yeah,
We'll talk to her about a second. Yeah. So, before they go to that one, but then it leaves Kelly and Victoria together, and Victoria just starts, like... Kelly lays down for a nap. Which is
she's like,
awesome.
I'm just gonna lay on down. Which honestly, this entire episode, like Kelly just like kept restoring
peacock feathers on her.
My faith. Like she is so funny to me. I think like she, for one, deserves way better than Peter because she's just like she's so real and funny and like. I'm Team Kelly. I'm so Team Kelly. Like, I think she's so funny.
Yeah.
And so basically, she was kind of, I mean, but I will say, like, her criticism this episode was she was getting a little cocky. Like, people just thought she was saying some things that were a little uncalled for. But I'm like, okay, you don't think that these editors editing this show can, like, cut and paste things together to make her sound like a jerk?
Villain.
Like, if you're that naive, then, like, you clearly haven't been watching this show that long.
Yeah.
But... Anyway, she's just kind of saying that, like, but she's calling these ladies out on some very real shit. Like, she's like, Hannah Ann is a child.
Which she is.
Victoria F is a hot-ass mess.
Which she is.
Which they are. Like, she's just basically like, so I'm just going to chill. I'm going to wait to, like, talk to Peter whenever he's ready. Like, she's just got a very cool, chill vibe. So
and naturally, Peter's not about it. Anyway.
We love Kelly, but of course, Peter isn't about it because I never in a million years would date this man. Anyway. So, yeah, Hannah Ann talks to Peter, and I feel like she kind of knows that the last time around when she got a little bit of the waterworks going, it worked flawlessly.
Yeah.
So, she starts with a list of things that reminds her that she loves Peter.
And they're supposed to be together. And it's basically like, is he breathing? Yes. Is he a guy? Yes. Is he 6'2" and above? Yes. Like that's how... unremarkable this list is.
It's a very basic list. Like,
and for a 23-year-old, it makes sense.
Yeah, like it kind of reminded me that she like tore it out of her little Anne Frank notebook,
Polly
and, like,
pocket notebook,
scrolled it on with like her little feathered pink pen. It's like scented. She sprayed her perfume on it. Like she's very much showing her immaturity in this little letter.
Yeah, and then she cries.
Which he's, like, kind of here for. Like, you can tell he's like, oh, well, this is nice of you to open up. Like, he didn't really know what to say. And then she, of course, like, starts probably going into panic mode since the letter didn't really do it for him and starts just, like, crying and saying how hard this is.
And like, it's just been so hard. And he's like, okay, wait a minute. There it is. That's what I like.
He's like, oh, there it is. I love that so much. He loves it. He's like, he loves the tears. So then... things clearly ended well in his book because he's like, great, she's crying, she's
like
being
you,
vulnerable, we love it. So then he goes and gets Kelly, who's just like normal, like she's not
she's just
emotional, like she's just like hanging out and they chat and like she kind of stresses the importance of just like wanting to like, she's like not every relationship
has to be complicated.
I love her so much. She's like, not every relationship needs drama, and it has to be really, really hard. Yeah, because that's the difference between a mature person and an immature person. Yeah.
I don't even remember his response. I think he just was like, whoop.
She lays it out so real, and is just like, that's... like, our relationship, I feel like, has been easy, but that's not a bad thing. That's not a red flag.
Yeah.
Like, you clearly seem to think it is. And then she made some sort of comment about how she's like, yeah, I'm just, like, having fun with this process.
And he's like, I'm sick of you saying the word fun.
He's like, it's not supposed to be fun. Like, he just wants them to be, like, miserable. Because she's like, I know you don't like when I say the word fun. And he's like, well, because, like, I don't want it to just be about fun. I'm like, Peter, fuck. Like,
I want tears. I want issues. I want to roll around in the grass and make out.
Yeah, like, oh my God, I can't stand him. So anyway, he, like, again, leaves this conversation with Kelly, like, very apprehensive because, A, she didn't shred a tear, 2, called him on his shit, basically.
Amazing.
And, like, 3, just made him sound like even more of an idiot for just, like, picking all these girls that just keep on crying. And, like, basically, like, she's just being shamed for having fun. Like, I don't get what's so wrong with that.
Yeah. She deserves better. Kelly, you will get better.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, onwards to the last one. Victoria.
So Kelly, I think while Hannah Ann and him were still talking, Kelly and Victoria F were left together. And Victoria F just, like, starts wandering off as she does best. She's like a lost puppy that, like, can't find like where she needs to be. Like she can't sit still to show that she's upset. She just gets up and like runs away.
Yeah, she has like this like doe-eyed expression that's just like, meh, I'm playing victim. Like, you know what I mean? I just don't like what we do with does in Colorado. I take my paintball gun.
Yeah.
Get them.
Just can't with her at all. Like her, oh my God. She drives me insane. Like she doesn't even know what she's upset about. She's just upset. And everyone should understand why. And I'm just
Can't
like,
finish a
what?
sentence. It's so ridiculous.
You're the worst human ever. So basically Peter comes and finds her and like she like out of the gate is like upset and almost kind of like calling him out for like
Just being abrasive.
she
So rude.
says that he's like
In a mood?
in a mood every time they hang out. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably because like while you two are trying to have a nice conversation to have dinner, your ass gets up and fucking hides in the bathroom. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'd be in a mood too.
She is definitely immature, to say the least, and she can never get a full sentence out or tell him what is wrong beyond the point. Like, this is hard. I'm having hard times. Like, we get it. Everyone's having a hard time, including Peter. But you chose it, so get over it. And then, yeah, he just leaves, and I don't even remember how it ended, but he was just like, I think he said something about, like, thanks for sharing it with me. I know it's hard or whatever. Like, he just is, like, BS of where he approves of her actions yet again, even though she's really curt with him and, like, rude. Like, I'm done, Peter, blah, blah, blah. And she just is so, she's like that mean girl that you just can't get rid of, even though everyone dislikes her.
Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure even when they were like sitting on a bench having this conversation, like she can't sit and not walk away. So at some point she walks away and is just kind of like, I don't know. Or maybe that was after the fact. I'm not really sure when, but I feel like she just, it drives me insane that she can't just like sit and have a conversation like an adult.
Yeah, absolutely.
But basically, Peter, well, because she's like out crying somewhere, and then he goes back and grabs one of the roses, and then of course, like, here's the reward for some more bad behavior.
Brings her to the car where it looks like he might actually send her home, and we're all like,
like,
and then he's like speaking of her and saying again how their relationship has been so challenging. Not really a compliment, but he's obviously it's his kind of kink, and she's looking down, not even looking at him. She's just like, and he's like, and I want to continue this, and she's like, ooh. And she's like, okay, I'm happy again. I'm just like, God, please forever leave my life.
She can't even, like, make eye contact with a person. I feel like that's, like, the biggest, like, nonverbal way of saying, like, I'm immature and can't look you in the eye even. The person I'm dating. So.
Anyway, she gets a rose. Okay, bye.
Yeah, and he, like, sends her in the car. Kind of like it's almost like a hidden secret that she got a rose. Like, get
even though he comes back without her and without a rose. So the two girls are like, all right, guess it's up to us.
Maybe he was afraid that Kelly was going to roast him. Like, seriously, dude? Like, if she came back with a rose, like, are you kidding me? I wish she would have, but.
That would have been so funny. But
she's just non-confrontational. Anyway, so he comes back to Hannah Ann and Kelly and basically gives a speech as to why he likes both of them. But then ultimately, after lots of, like, dun 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 music, finally picks Hannah Ann.
Yeah. Walks Kelly out.
Of course. Honestly, wasn't that surprised by that because he has blinders to the drama. And I just, he will see nothing but that and just loves it so much.
And then Hannah Ann, like, as he's walking Kelly out, just, like, starts bawling. To the point of where you can hear her crying as he's walking Kelly out, which is just, like...
Yeah,
it was like hysterical crying. It's really bad, ugly crying. And she's a model. Like, she should be better at crying and, like, making it, like, attractive.
I don't understand why she was even crying, though. I'm like, are you just so stressed that, like, the tears just came flowing out?
Probably.
I mean, I get it, but still weird.
And that's that. And that's kind of the end of the episode.
Yeah, so, Kelly, like... Of course, being her amazing self, handles the rejection like a queen. Doesn't shed a tear. She's like, whatever. Like,
bon voyage.
I'm not really sure what's going on up top, but like, you're clearly delusional, and I need to leave. So,
yeah, props to her.
Kelly's out. For her future. Whatever. Hope she does some good stuff in her future. She's an attorney. She's gonna be fine. But. So that was basically everything, but we did right before get dropped with a crazy preview for next week.
Oh, it's my favorite. It's going to be so good.
Which was the fact that Madison, like we had mentioned prior, is like very faith-based, and a part of her faith is the fact that she's made the decision to wait
until marriage.
Until marriage.
Yeah.
So she's a virgin. Peter doesn't know this, and I think she has been withholding this information on purpose.
To get to the end, because, like, she not shaming her for her decision at all, but what I'm saying is, like, she would know that Peter has expressed in the past that he is definitely someone who approaches the relationship intimately in a lot of ways, not just necessarily emotionally, but physically.
Yeah.
So she knew that going in. So, like, she literally put herself through months of this drama, and it's like, I'm just gonna whoop. Like, if she should know from the beginning that he's probably not going to be at the level she's at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, it seems like her mom is pushing her into,
Not him.
well, telling him, like, did you tell him about, like, this choice that you made, like, this life choice? And so it sounds like even still, while she's, like, with her family, she still hasn't said anything. But then there's lots of, like, obviously once we kind of get past the hometowns, it seems like he's starting to get intimate with other women, and he has to reveal this to Madison, who she's very uncomfortable with this, which she says in some sort of clip that she's
you know
going
what
to
The
be.
Bachelor's about. Like, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes that's where, and I'm not trying to be, like, messing up, like, the PC thing, but, like, that's when you know, like, is she actually then here for the right reasons? Because everyone knows the line of The Bachelor. Like, it's pretty, even if you don't watch it, you know? So she's just, what was her intention at this point?
Well, it's like even
you can't change people. Definitely not trying to persuade a man. Like, that never works. Unless you're crying.
Peter, 4 times in a windmill, Peter. Like, what were you thinking, sister?
He'll wait for me, though.
I don't think so. But I have a prediction that I'm just going to make my prediction now. Kelsey's getting canned, and he's going to keep Hannah Ann and Victoria. He's going to get intimate with both of them, and then Madison's going to get upset. And then we have the clip of his mom saying,
"Oh my gosh,
bring her home to us."
Blubbering.
Sounds like they just lost their dog that they've had for their entire childhood, and
bring
it
her
ran
home
away.
To us. Do not let her go.
But I have a feeling he could be talking about Madison.
I just am over his blubbering parents. Why do they always cry? The entire family just likes to cry
That's
a lot.
probably why. Like, he was like bred to love tears, and that's why he's so obsessed.
You remind me of my mother. Let's date.
Oh my god! Like, I'm glad that they're so fluid with all their emotions, but like,
and literally
keep it together.
With their fluids.
Yeah, their
waterworks
bodily
everywhere.
fluids coming out of their eyeballs every 5 minutes, and apparently really loving it when other people do the same.
Yeah, God, those families' dinners would just be like everyone's crying.
I know. So we're really in for it on the next episode, which is Hometowns. That's going to be a big one. We'll be back next week to recap everything that went down. But for now, make sure to follow us on Twitter. One more time, it's OCN_Rosé Reviews. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube. And you can also find our full video at ourcommunitynow.com. So we'll see you guys later. Bye.